Welcome back. Some of the best mental clarity and exercise doesn't really cost you much at all. A good pair of hiking boots, a sense of direction, and a big goal in mind. 'Tis the season for resolutions, so how about this? Tackling some of the dozens of trails that our beautiful state has to offer, just like one Michigan woman named Ann Brown did. You're probably wondering where in the wild I am today. Well, I'm at the Saranac-Lowell State Game Area. Obviously, the views are breathtaking. It's stunning out here. But even cooler yet are the awesome hiking trails that this land actually has as well. One person that knows all too well how great these trails are, I'm here with Ann Brown. Ann, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you are very familiar with these trails because she made it her mission in 2019 to hike 52 of Michigan's trails. That's one a week, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how did you come up with this?
Well, I was really getting into exercise and working out, and found that the cardio portion of that was a little depressing. Okay. The stationary cardio was not my thing, and I liked to get exercise outside. Mm-hmm. And so I decided that I wanted to make a healthy New Year's resolution that wasn't just spend 3 days a week or 4 days a week in the gym. Right. I wanted it to be more soul-filling, and so I thought, I'm going to make a resolution to hike as many trails in Michigan as I can in 1 year. And so I kind of arbitrarily came up with 52 weeks a year, 52 trails.
Right. What did your friends and family think a little bit about this? They must have thought, she's a little off a rocker. She's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think that they're kind of used to, I can't really sit still, and I'm always coming up with something, so I think they're kind of used to it. But yeah, some of them doubted that I would be able to complete them and wondered where I'd find the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you go about mapping this out and finding the time? And it's all about perspective, I guess. That's kind of a goal you set out. And, right?
You can spend an hour on the couch or you can spend an hour on the trail. So whenever I felt the urge to take that little bit of free time that I had to be lazy, or whenever a stressful moment comes up, there's no better release than being out in the woods.
Absolutely. So you were out in all elements probably too, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Shine,
Mosquito swarms, getting caught in the rain when you don't think it's going to rain, snow, anything that you can think of. Some of the crazy weather events actually provided the best trail memories, though.
Oh, wow. What would you say to someone else who maybe wants to go about making this their goal for 2020?
It's really easy now to do that. Michigan is literally covered with beauty and trails that are free, easy to access. I have zero athletic ability. I'm extremely uncoordinated and awkward, and it's a way for me to get exercise that I don't require any athletic talent. So the trails are really for everybody.
Right.
And then in the modern day of the internet and cell phones, you can just literally type trails near me, and your cell phone will provide you with a list of trails that you might have driven by your whole life and not realize that there's a little trailhead that leads you to an escape right off the highway, down the street from your neighborhood.
Right. So what's 2020 have in store for you then?
So, right now we're on the North Country Trail, or a section of the North Country Trail. And the North Country Trail is 4,600 miles long, and 1,100 miles of it are in Michigan. And the NCT North Country Trail has a challenge that they do every year to get 100 miles in on the trail. And so part of my New Year's resolution for 2020 is to hike on the North Country Trail for 100 miles.
Wow, wonderful. All right, well, I think we should go ahead and talk to one other person that knows all too well how cool this trail is.
Absolutely.
The North Country National Scenic Trail is a national scenic trail, one of only 11 in the nation. It is planned to be about 4,600 miles long, but we think that could even exceed 5,000. It goes through 160 different land management units across 8 states, extending all the way from central North Dakota into Vermont, where it meets up with the famous Appalachian Trail. You can be any level to enjoy the North Country Trail. Everything from a novice who has never set foot in the woods before is perfect for the North Country Trail, as well as long distance backpackers. Because the trail is so long and goes through so many different locations, you can find something that is close to you, so you don't need to feel that you need much experience. It's really just a walk through the woods with normal clothing, and doesn't need to be difficult at all. The North Country Trail is all built and maintained by volunteers, so get involved if you love trails, and go to northcountrytrail.org to find a volunteer opportunity or to donate to make the trail a reality.
Saranac-Lowell State Game Area is about 2,000 acres. It sits right on the Ionia-Kent line, And with that, you actually have a pretty broad range of things you can see: deer, turkey, all kinds of small game. We also have, very unique to this game area, the North Country Trail that runs right through it. Most game areas don't have that. So when it comes down to something like this, we actually have a very unique path that our hunters can use, that wildlife recreationalists can use, to be able to get out and enjoy wildlife in a little bit easier fashion than what it would be on other game areas. So a lot of game areas are kind of set off in a way, or state lands in general are out of the public eye. We are very close to Grand Rapids here, so if you try and travel to this spot, it's not going to take you, half a day to get here, only to be here for an hour. But once you get out this way, it's really simple. It's quick, easy hike out, and you're always less than a mile away from a road. We love people getting out and enjoying the outdoors like that. As I said, our traditional enthusiasts for state game areas are hunters, but she's somebody else who's coming out using the state land, using the state game areas for something completely different, and still bringing a lot of accreditation to this type of area. So we'd love to see how she does.
Very commendable. Hey, if you want to learn more about this and other great wildlife conservation stories the Michigan Wildlife Council has highlighted, you can visit the Michigan Wildlife Council's website at hereformioutdoors.org. We'll be right back.